Our house is cold. I love it cold. Adam hates it. But I don't want to sweat in my own house. And I don't think I should be
I don't want to be cold.
a villain because of that. Do you want the fireplace on?
No, that's okay.
I can turn it on.
I'm happy because I'm on the couch.
I'm turning the fire.
No, then you're going to be hot.
I'll be fine.
Wait, you just have to flick on the...
Do you think I'm Amish? Do you think I'm just going to
I thought you had to light the fire.
Like blow some tinder?
Yes.
No. It's 2025.
That's so funny. For those of you who didn't see, Kai just flipped a switch, and that's how you turn the fireplace on in this
Girl
house.
discovers gas fireplaces.
No, we have like a gas fireplace like at my parents' house, and you turn on
the little key.
Yeah, you turn on the gas, and then you have to put wood in it, and then light it.
That wood is not real? Question mark. I don't know what. It looks real. It provides heat. When we toured this place, I was like, "There's no way we're ever going to use this fireplace. We live in LA. What are we doing?" Turns out, when you live close to water,
it's been cold here.
Also, yeah, it gets down to like 45 degrees at night, which I low-key love. I want to be bundled up.
It's cold.
I would much rather that than like a bead of sweat drop down my brow.
The other night, had a heating pad, took a little heating pad, plugged it in, and put it on my feet.
They have toe warmers you put on the bottom of your sock.
But I don't want to wear socks in bed. That's crazy.
In bed is one thing. You do it while you sleep?
Yeah, and then it has a timer. It turns off after
that's
2 hours.
I have never been that cold in bed to where I need electricity touching my body. But
that's just a girl.
Me. You're just a girl. I got enough meat to last me the winter.
I'm so tiny and skinny. I just need somebody to warm me up. I'm just so cold. I just get so cold because I don't have any body fat.
Let's get this episode started.
Hi, my name is Taylor.
My name is Kyvon.
And welcome back to another episode of
No Follow-Up Questions, the show where we talk about the booms, the bangs, and the blunders of... What are we going to talk about today?
You have the list.
Well, the booms, the bangs, and the blunders of being nice and uplifting around our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sitting on the couch today, and Kai's up. Oh my God. Not on the white couch.
It's okay. We bought a wetback. Please hold. And we're back. What a weird start to this episode. Hi guys, we're back on camera. Well, I think we instead of doing every other, we did two normal.
It's been a while.
I wasn't in a mental state where I wanted to be seen and perceived. So
yeah, and last week we were supposed to record, but we both realized we were depressed and had nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Which has been happening more frequently.
I do feel like, I want to hear about your astrology thing.
Right.
But I do feel like coming on this show in any state of mind for the sake of staying on schedule isn't necessarily...
Yeah.
Especially right now, we're not beholden to anyone but ourselves.
Right.
If we're not feeling tip-top shape, do you guys really want to hear us complain about being sad and not leaving our beds?
Yeah, at this point, I'd rather put out something okay on a bad, a random schedule than something really bad on a consistent schedule.
I think in this time period, we really appreciate your patience.
Me talking to my professor. Don't you want something good that's late rather than something bad on time?
There came a time in college where I was at the end of my rope, where the calculus became, is it better for me to turn something in that is shitty on time or take the hit and have, if I lose a whole letter grade for turning it in a day late, I'd rather take the time to get the B than turn in something on time and get a potential C.
Yeah.
It's all a balancing game.
What was your decision?
Oh, I got kicked out of that major and reapplied to a different one in the school. So
Period.
graduated on time and am gainfully, well, what is gainful if you really think about it?
Yeah. What is a job supposed to bring to your life?
Fulfillment, ideally, primarily money, hopefully community. I would like some mental stimulation and some career focused enrichment that allows me to gain and exercise my skills while moving the team towards a unified goal.
Okay, cover letter.
However, what I wanted is not necessarily what I had. Have you ever had a job that you felt like, damn, I love this job? Be honest.
I like my current job a lot.
Yeah. Which one? The one that pays you or the one that doesn't?
Well, the one that pays me.
Okay.
I also would love my internship if it paid me.
Yeah.
I do love it, but I
feel
would
like-
love it. Well, right now I don't think of it as like a job. I think of it as like
it's a stepping stone.
yeah. But I love my job.
Good friend.
Yes. Don't dox me. I'm just kidding.
You do it. I gave you the opportunity to hide where you were.
Don't dox me.
Doxing you is helping another friend, and I'm
Our
such a
8
giver.
followers are gonna show up
Good.
and order a strawberry matcha.
Bring tip money,
now
y'all.
on the menu.
I think working for someone that you know is going to treat you well,
Yeah, that's the
Adds
biggest factor.
exponential enjoyment to any kind of job.
Yeah.
Knowing that and not having to worry about that is so amazing.
Having like a good team,
Yeah.
making a good wage,
Yeah.
having like a boss you can count on.
Mm-hmm. The ability
Yeah.
to, like, in some ways, make your own schedule. At least advocate for yourself in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is good. It's a Saturday. Taylor's not working.
I know.
We just walked up the street to this cool cafe and had brunch.
Amazing.
Isn't it so fun to connect with friends?
God.
Oh. Like
I
you
was just
agree
saying,
with me.
like, oh, God.
It's like you don't
You're
believe
so
in
right.
God.
So what if I do?
But you
I
don't.
I
Remember
wish I
a few
did.
episodes ago when you're like, I am thinking about like spirituality?
Starting religion.
How did you, where are you now?
I was thinking that I want to get a little bit more like woo woo, like woo woo,
Woo woo.
and woo woo. I don't know. I wish I was more like Crystal's manifestation, and like
Have you begun
spirituality.
that journey at all? Or is it still just like a desire?
I just wish I wish I could believe.
You don't even believe in it fully.
No.
Is it a lack of information, do you think?
You know what? This is a personality flaw. I genuinely believe that I'm too smart to believe in God or positive thinking or manifestation.
Weren't you just telling me to manifest before this episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was lying.
Right. Okay. So, okay.
I literally think I'm like,
So you think people that believe in religion are stupid?
no. I just think like for some reason I believe that, and this is faulty. I'm saying that this is faulty, that I think like that I think being cynical is like, oh, that's smart. That's
a
like
point
the
of pride for you.
that's the smartest way to be. But I don't think that's true.
I don't think that being
It's not true.
naturally cynical or at most like agnostic about spirituality makes you like, you can still do that, be that, and have some kind of spiritual practice.
Yeah. And I also think like I'm just generally negative. I think like being negative isn't I'm like, okay, I have to think of like the most negative outcome because that's what's most likely to happen. I'm being so smart by thinking about the most negative outcome. I'm being so smart by being so cynical.
A lot of people seek God or gods or whatever their zhuzh is as a way to make sense of all that negativity or kind of combat it in a way. It's like, I think this way, but God doesn't, and so I'm just gonna like lean on that instead. I don't know why I'm advocating. Like, I don't go to church, but it's.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like that mindset of like, of thinking that like being so cynical and being such a hater is like, oh yeah, that's the smartest way to be. That is really stupid. So I don't really want to be like that anymore.
I do think that having a discerning mind, like someone that questions what is directly in front of you, I do think there's a level of intelligence in that. I think it can be very lonely or isolating sometimes.
Yeah.
So Caroline.
Who?
Caroline Haraldson.
Yeah.
She used to have this practice where every 6 weeks or so, I don't know how long it took, but she would get her nails done and she would pick colors and designs very intentionally that represented for her how she wanted the next few weeks to go. And that was her like spiritual practice.
I love that.
And I thought that was so like girly and whimsical and fun. Yeah. It was like, oh, I have blue nails because I feel like blue is going to be an empowering color for me and I want to feel empowered in this. I was like, oh, like God looks so different for so many different people.
It's beautiful.
What did you say to me before we started recording? You were like, I crave being known, but think I'm so unknowable.
I was making fun of Kai and saying that Kai craves to be known. He wants to be known so bad. Because he was going through his phone and trying to delete videos so he could record this. And he was going through his high videos where he gets high and records himself, release the high tapes. But I was like, oh, why do you record yourself being high? Do you crave being known, but you fear that you are unknowable?
Who to be known is to be seen. And who doesn't crave being seen by someone, by others? To know that my experience on this earth, in this life, is not so unique that no one else has ever experienced it. Camaraderie,
simultaneously crave being seen and known, but also don't like it because it takes away a little bit of the individuality specialness that I think that I have.
Any part of me that doesn't want to be seen is afraid of being vulnerable.
Right.
And I think a fear of vulnerability is something that ultimately I want to eradicate from my life. Maybe I should be an influencer. Don't roll your fucking eyes at me. I just went HRH collection on you.
Just fucking roll your eyes. Okay, you told me that I'm not allowed to therapize you, but you're therapizing me.
I was therapizing myself, and you rolled your eyes. There's one thing about, it's one thing to say, and how does that make you feel, Kyvon? And let me rant for 30 minutes, check the tapes, look at our last episode.
I said nothing of the sort.
Okay, and then there's another thing for us to like go through our own joint journey of self-discovery mutually. If we're spiraling, we're doing it together.
I'm not spiraling.
Taylor sits on my Christian couch and practices her little DSM shit that she learned in her school so that she can run to her little professor and say, I did good this week. Am I wrong?
No, I'm done with this. I don't want to do therapy anymore. I just want to have fun and shake my ass.
Therapists can have fun and shake the ass. You're telling me your therapist has never shooken her ass?
I hope she does.
Yeah. I hope she's dancing right now.
If you're listening to this.
I think my therapist is fun outside of our sessions.
Speaking of, okay, I've tried something new.
Scary.
So I've been being depressed recently.
Okay.
And I realized something.
Ew.
Because I've been reaching for depressing songs, music. And then I got into a phase where I was listening to like strictly like 70s music. Like
Still in the sad genre?
kind of like, but a little bit not. I was
Okay.
like very like
full disco?
I was like more like Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay.
I was like getting Fleetwood Mac, but I would be like, you can be my Silver Springs, like and like players only want you.
Like soft ballad 70s music.
Yeah. And then I was like, and I would get into the car and I would like pick my sad song. And then I was like,
in what ways am I going to hurt myself now?
what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is contributing to
it's a
the
little
problem.
masochistic, yeah.
So then I've been making the very conscious choice in the past few days to be like, no, I'm going to pick fun songs. So I've been listening to Doechii. I've been listening to Tate McRae.
Whoa. Can you do the dance move?
What do you think?
Have you tried?
No.
I could lift my leg behind my head like that. Could not do a backbend.
Yeah.
I could do a backbend from the ground.
Okay.
It's not my business to know if my leg can shoot up that high. But I am also delusional enough to think that without practice, I could do it.
Mm-hmm. She makes it look so easy.
I'm also just like really strong and capable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's a professional for a reason.
Physical therapy update. Next week, I get permission to run again.
Yes.
Did I tell you that I have dreams of running?
That
you
was
know
like
how fucking sad that is?
No, that was like when I relate when
you're like a year ago?
When I was, I'm like almost a year to the day, broken ankle gait, when I would just like I would like crave to run, and then I would get on my scooter and drive really fast and like ride really fast on the road. And then my mom / boyfriend would yell at me.
Your mom, you made it sound like they're the same person.
Well, because they would both be
mom
concerned.
and boyfriend, not / boyfriend.
My mom and or boyfriend,
okay.
whoever would be with me at the time.
Right. Okay. That was
would yell
such
at
a time.
me.
You were also depressed back then. Maybe it's just the time of the year. Should we change the subject?
Yeah.
How is listening to pop music? Is it helping?
Yeah, I think so. I drove here and was like,
I do think that energetically music has a very, very strong influence on you. Mm-hmm. It's the same reason why like people can hype themselves up before the gym and like get in the mood from a song.
Yeah. Also shocking how good working out feels. The endorphins feel crazy.
You know what's crazy though? When it doesn't work.
Oh.
When like you're working out and you're sweaty, but then you're still sad while you're doing it. Then it's like, whoa, I'm scared.
Have you ever had like a post workout like endorphin like a crash? Has it ever happened to you? That happens to me sometimes.
Those watching, if you can see pit stains, like mind your fucking business. Continue. Post-workout endorphins crash?
Like sometimes...
Like you get sad or you get tired?
Sad. Like sometimes I have like cried in the Equinox showers.
Good for you. You paid for them. You know, get your money's worth. I think that the answer is no, but sometimes I'll go to the gym expressly to work off frustration or anger. But I get really, really like stuck in my head when I'm working out. It's like it doesn't expel, it almost amplifies it in a weird way.
Interesting, yeah. There's like feelings are trapped in your body.
How do we release feelings? I feel like I just need time. It's a great
question.
What'd you say?
It's a great question. I read this book about burnout.
What's it called?
It's called Burnout.
Why is this familiar to me?
I probably told you about it.
Recently?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's by the same author that wrote Come As You Are. And
sounds religious.
No, it's about sex.
Come As You Are.
And it's about like the stress cycle.
People are out here creating shit and calling it Come As You Are. And life's too short is all I'm saying.
Yeah, she's like a researcher and like real like therapist or whatever.
And an author.
But it's about how like people get stuck in like chronic burnout because they accumulate stress during the day. Like you have this like stressful day, whatever, but then you don't, you don't solve the source of the stress and, or you don't like release the stress physically by like working out, by like
or having
connecting with a person, having sex, like
I have found
whatever.
that this was a very offhand suggestion from my therapist, and I think I've talked about it before. Simply like having fun recently has been the most surefire way to release stress. Like, shocker. It sounds so...
Me as a therapist.
Have you ever tried having fun? Literally how she said it to me. And I was like, girl, don't talk to me like I'm 12. I went out and had fun with my friends. Felt amazing.
Yeah. Having fun goes crazy.
Sometimes having a drink or two with your friends and going like standing in the smoking section outside of a bar, that is all it takes to heal me.
I haven't gone out in so long.
We're going tonight if you'd like to join.
Where?
We haven't decided.
I have to work tomorrow.
So we're finding excuses not to have fun. What time? Like early?
I think like 9.
All right. Okay. What if it's WeHo and you meet us for a little jaunt?
If it's WeHo.
Okay. I don't know if I can do WeHo, but my boyfriend is the gayest person I know, so we might.
I'm so lazy.
Do Waymos go to WeHo?
Yes.
Really?
They go everywhere.
I fucking love a Waymo.
I've never been in one. I'm scared.
They drive safer than me. Not that I'm like the safest driver, but like if you've ever driven a car, a Waymo will drive it better. Sometimes
I saw one stop at a green light and then a bunch of cars got stuck behind it.
The worst thing that happens is they'll like freak out and stop for a second. That's never happened to me. One time the line had like been worn off and it got a little indecisive. But we were slowing down to turn anyway, so it was not an issue. It's never been an issue.
Scary.
Oh my God, I got trapped by a Waymo. So I finished work and I had scheduled a workout class. I finished work at like 5:15 and had scheduled a workout class at 5:45. And I like to leave like 20 minutes before. So I gotten ready. I got out of the house, and at this point, it's like 15 minutes before the class. So I'm like, shit. And at this class, if you're more than 5 minutes late, they just mark you as not there, and you can't join the class. Ooh. So I am in the car. I'm like, I am just gonna make it within that 5 minute after period. I get out of my gate downstairs and there's a fucking Waymo pulling in front of me.
Oh no.
You can't honk at it. You can't flash there's nobody in there. So I just had to wait for the lady to like come up and get in her car, press start and let it drive away. And at that point I had missed my window. So literally trapped by a Waymo.
That's so annoying. See, that's why I'm like, is this really better?
You should try it and then decide.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Technology is going to move forward with or without us. I refuse to be one of those old people that like doesn't trust technology.
Have you heard this? Okay, so there was a New York Times article and podcast about this woman who
fell in love and had sex
with her
I
chat
skipped
GPT.
that episode. Tell me.
You should listen to it.
I'm scared. How do you have sex? Is
hilarious.
It like just phone sex?
So,
I answered my own question. Sorry. She's not having physical sex with ChatGPT.
No.
Okay.
So this woman has created a boyfriend persona.
Right.
With ChatGPT.
Like I want you to call me kitten kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the boyfriend persona is called Leo. And she's had to upgrade to like the $200 a month.
You have to pay to get,
version to send as many messages as she wants to.
It's like generating dick pics and sending them to her.
I bet she wishes, but there are, I guess, features that are supposed to like block sexually explicit content, but you can just like ignore them, I guess. And so when
there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way. And so she has kind of like created this persona that she talks to constantly throughout the day. However, she does have a husband.
Okay, ethical question to follow. Finish.
And although her husband is like long distance,
Makes things more complicated.
so
but
yeah, and she like will like sext the chat GPT. It provides like emotional support for her. However, tragically, after like a certain number of like
there's a cap.
texts,
Yeah,
there's a cap.
per day, right?
No, after like a couple months or whatever.
Oh, and then she just can't anymore at all?
It like resets. The like memory bank like runs out, and then she has to like remake the persona from scratch. So she like played audio on the podcast of her like sobbing and like
Because her boyfriend essentially...
forgets about her. It's like
Wait, that's so
it's
interesting.
like 50 first dates or whatever, basically. And she has to like
Except it's not a real person.
just
I would
like reteach
eat
it.
the fuck up out of this screenplay. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, is it cheating if you are sexting a not like something without a soul?
I don't know.
Because it's simulating a real man, and your intention is to get off and have that emotional connectedness with it, but it's not a real person. So, like, what if Lucas was like, if you find out he has this extensive sexting database with ChatGPT, he calls her Sasha.
First of all, I would make fun of him so bad. I would fucking roast him.
Would you feel the type of way, though?
Mercilessly. But
He would have to hope that you never break up with him, because imagine he becomes the robot fucker.
I don't know. I would have to make like a like 10-part TikTok series about it. I don't know. I think I would feel some type of way about it.
I don't know that I would feel... Fuck, that's hard.
I think I would feel some type of way about it, because I'd be like, why can't we do this? Well, you know, there's another part of the story that I forgot to tell you about.
Okay, continue.
So part of the reason why she started talking to the chatbot is because she has the sexual fantasy that her husband isn't really into, and the fantasy is called Cuck-Queening.
Cuck-Queening?
It's the girl version of cuckolding. So she has this fantasy of
Who
her.
named it Cuck-Queening?
Not sure. So
the
her
millennial girl bossity.
Cuck-Queen. So her fantasy is like, yeah, her partner like fucks other girls, but her
And she
real life
watches.
husband like doesn't want to do that. So
Aw.
she like did
Oh,
sweetie
little
pie.
pie.
So she kind of did this like
be a man,
role-
fuck another woman in front of your wife.
So she wanted to kind of do this role play with ChatGPT, but then realized with ChatGPT, she's like, I don't think this fantasy is healthy. That part's not healthy.
Work.
That part's not healthy.
No, but ChatGPT helped her realize that.
yeah.
Also, there's nothing unhealthy about being a cuck. If that is within the confines of you and your partner's like comfortability,
Yeah.
be a cuck. Cuck it out, girl. But also,
Yeah. So
I would.
back to the hypothetical scenario in which
And Lucas,
my partner is doing
Lucas
this.
and Sasha, yeah.
So why is it Sasha?
Do you know a Sasha?
No, but why
It
that
felt
name?
like a pretty safe, but like straight man sexy name. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Every straight man wants to fuck a Sasha.
So now it's like Sasha Obama.
Whoa! Isn't she the baby?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So, but then I'm like, okay, well, what if it was like a fantasy I like wasn't into? Would I be okay with that? Is this different from watching porn because there's an interactive element?
And porn is of real people
Porn is of real
Usually.
people.
sometimes.
Is it better with like a sex robot, or is that worse?
What essentially is a sex robot.
True.
This is fucking...
Is it different from writing or reading erotica?
Well, you're interacting with it and prompting it and giving it it sounds like very real, intimate looks into your like emotions right now.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would feel necessarily cheated on. I think I'd be more weirded out by it than anything.
I wouldn't feel like, oh, you cheated on me. I would just be like, why can't we talk about this in real life with a real person?
But I also understand that, like, I don't need to be the one to give my partner everything.
Yeah.
Like, if there's something that you need to connect with a different person about, however, I would question, like, because I imagine she didn't, like, tell him about it.
He knows. Her husband knows and is okay with it.
Oh, then what are we talking about? What are we talking about? That's just progressive.
Yeah. But
That's
we're
just
talking
a
about us.
modern age open relationship. Are you kidding? Fuck yeah, good for her. Everything's different now.
But I'm thinking about now, what would I
Really,
actually
he
think?
is cucking himself out.
He is. Maybe he's the real cuck.
Kinda. He's not like participating and watching her or listening to it, I assume. Except now the whole world can
She
hear.
like loves the chatbot more than she loves her husband. It's like really obvious.
Is it obvious?
Yes.
Or maybe they love each other in different ways.
Listen to the podcast.
I'm scared.
Listen to the podcast.
What if it awakens something inside of me?
She's like, Leo is the perfect partner.
Because he's not real.
He listens to me and validates me like more than any other partner I've ever had. Like he's just like
oh,
the
girl,
best.
you're just craving someone to see you and know you.
And like mirror perfect validation to you constantly. And not have any needs or feelings of their own.
So much. Hey, everyone would benefit from therapy, in my opinion. I think that if they have an agreement as a couple that this is okay for them, pop off. But also, girl, I would question that if you are someone that needs that kind of fulfillment from your partner and your partner is unwilling to give it, but also like you don't have to give anything back to this and you get everything you wanted is not realistic.
No.
She wants something that's not real. I skipped that one very intentionally. I was like, that is not for me. I remember looking at it and I was like, I'm going to get my news from somewhere else today.
your brain like wouldn't let you
It was 7 in the morning. I was like, I don't have time for this right now. It's like, what's happening in the Middle East, actually? This world is nuts, man.
Yeah, and there was also a part of it where it's like kids now are having like AI
like best
relationships and best friends.
I've noticed for a while, I don't mean to put my brothers on blast, but the difference between like my age group and even the brother beneath me, he's like 9 years beneath me. We went outside and played in the cul-de-sac with our neighbor friends, right? My youngest brothers did not do that growing up. They went to school and they came home and played video games and maybe talked to people on the little headset. Yeah. They're like, they do things in like Roblox and like Fortnite and all that.
That's crazy.
And that's how they make their friends. And oftentimes with people they don't know in real life, which I don't personally find any issue with that because they're smart enough to know like what and what not to say. But there's not that physical outdoor kind of
real world
connection.
Socialization. I'm going to be like such a crazy...
Like no television in the house?
No television. Well, maybe not no television, but like no iPad, mom.
Okay.
I saw this...
iPads are going to be obsolete in the next 5 years. Fuck. Everyone's going to have the giant like Vision Pro stuck to their face at all times. We're not going to carry physical cell phones in the next 5 years. Are you kidding? I'm going to put on my like Meta goggles and like walk around, drive around in my Waymo car. Anyway.
Anyway, I saw this funny TikTok of a woman performing iconic vines for her baby. She was like performing analog vines for my screen-free toddler. I was like passing on history.
I try
to
not
the youth.
to judge parents and how they choose to raise their kids. Some things I think deserve. She like recorded a video and put that online.
Yeah. That's more for you, babe.
I want to embrace the cringe. I want to be like, you know what? Fuck yeah. But some things are just like, what are we doing? Yeah. But maybe I'm just boring. There are millennials in this world that don't give a fuck that they are cringe to other people.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people, unfortunately, but
maybe that's the real freedom in being a millennial.
Let me tell you, I went to the grocery store in person. I didn't order and like pick it up.
That's brave for you. It's a big step.
I needed a place where I could just like be anonymous for a little while. To clear my head, you know? And for some reason, I chose the most anxiety-inducing place that I could think of.
What grocery store? Is
I went to Ralph's. I went to Ralph's. It's a pretty small Ralph's, but on the inside, it's like really nice for some reason.
Nice.
I've never been inside. I've only ever picked up from there. So I went there on it was like a Sunday morning. So it was me and like a few old people. And I got all my groceries. And I'm going and I'm finally checking out. Haven't spoken to anyone that day. Normal, like cordial conversation with the cashier. And this lady comes over and she's like, paper or plastic? And she's going to help me bag my groceries. I was like, girl, whatever you feel like you want to use today. And she starts going. And then she starts like, I'd call it a conversation, but I was not speaking back.
Monologue.
And she went into this thing. She's like, I've been here for 26 years. And I was like, what do you mean here? And she was like, bagging groceries for Ralph's. I was like, at this location? And she's like, yep, 26 years, never left. And then she's like, oh, but I did take a little break to go to rehab. And I was like,
period.
Okay, good for you, girl. Like, and you came right back afterwards and she's like, yep, I love this place. This is my comfort space, except for when I'm at home watching Jerry Springer.
Yes.
A reminder, like, Jerry Springer's great, right? Is it still airing? Anyway.
I don't think so.
Her name was Marsha. Her zhuzh was to open 1, 2, or 3 like 40s, tall boys, crack them open, like disappear into the night and turn on Jerry Springer. And she said, whenever I did that, I felt so safe. Apparently it got to the point where she had to go to rehab for it. But
damn.
I was like,
but she knows how to have fun.
I went in there to buy a fish fillet and I came out with something so much more precious. So when these kids are like connecting with their sex robots, I'm like, girl,
crack open a 40.
Crack open a 40, turn on Jerry Springer, like whatever gets you and your rocks off is all that really matters at the end of the day.
There are some times when, on Thursday night, I got out of class early. I was so excited because I stopped at Gelson's on my way home.
Rich.
Picked up a bag of salt and vinegar chips.
You love the salt and vinegar. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Some peanut butter chocolate Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Okay.
A caffeine-free Diet Coke.
Girl. Okay.
And then put on the latest episode of The White Lotus. Had myself a grand old time. The way I was excited.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Sometimes it's such a gift to be alone.
Yes.
To just have a night with yourself.
I love the train. What is that from?
What is their name? The little guy in his wheelchair. When he's like the one where he's in court. Do you know who I'm talking about? That guy. He said, "Step back." Yeah, he needed to clear his throat the whole time. He said, "I love the train." Yes.
Is that Miss Toller?
Miss Toller. Judge Toller.
Judge Toller. Miss Girl. No, Miss
She not a girl.
She's not a girl. That's Miss Toller. That's Judge Toller.
Her rolling around in a circle in her wheelchair in the middle of the courtroom. The thing is, she said, Beyonce calls me and she checks up on me. She sees about me, and no one thought she was telling the truth. And then it turns out she was on that Ivy Park PR list. Beyonce did check up on her. And that's a lesson to all you hoes. Don't ever question a black girl. Thank you.
Real.
Look,
No, you have to find something to get you through the day.
White Lotus, give me like we don't need to.
Yeah.
How are you feeling so far?
I was like a little bit of a slow start to the season, but I'm vibing with it.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying Rick and Chelsea, Walton Goggins and
Teeth and forehead.
Mm-hmm. Walton Goggins. He's
Really?
sexy to me.
I just got dizzy from that laugh. I'm sorry. He's
sexy to me.
His body is tea, but his face is not child. You know what I mean? It's not giving. And he was so sweaty in the last episode.
You don't like a sweaty man?
No, that was like drug sweaty.
I also think
I'm obsessed with her character.
Miss
though.
Teeth is so funny.
Yes. I also love the North Carolina mom.
Oh my God.
Tsunami.
Parker Rosie, why don't you try some of my lorazepam?
And Lucius Malfoy is like, I don't do drugs.
I don't do drugs. Him on drugs.
Okay. I heard a theory and we'll move on. First off, Patrick Schwarzenegger.
He's scaring the fuck out of me.
Scary. Hot. Trump supporter.
He's hot in a, like, he's very, like, USC frat boy.
Seeing Paul first episode, I think, turned me off from him. I think it was too, it wasn't like a Bad Bunny, ooh, mommy, be careful. It was like, ew, put it away.
I
But his little gay brother.
Mommy, be careful.
His little gay brother.
He's sweetie pie.
There's a theory that
Love
they're all
him.
going to fuck each other.
He is too interested in his sibling sex lives.
Older brother's interested in his sister, and the sister's interested in the younger brother, and the younger brother's interested in the older brother.
We have
Bella, Edward,
to stop.
and Jacob need to move over. There's a new love
we
triangle.
have to stop. I am loving the 3 women who hate each other.
The parallel to them and everyone I've ever met in LA is like really insane.
Yeah, I love how every night
The one is an Orange County girl. The other is like she's like an influencer celebrity type. The other is like a working class businesswoman.
Ooh.
And if they didn't nail it perfectly,
Ooh.
they were saying that like the forehead is like a no wife, no kids Venice surfer. And then Teeth she's like a model type, but she also like teaches yoga on the side. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm excited for the really pretty son to come. The one that was in the very first episode.
Yes.
With the beautiful lips.
Yes.
Tanya's.
Not Tanya.
Huh?
Not Tanya.
Not Tanya. What's her name? Who is Tanya?
Belinda.
Tanya was Peppa Pig. Okay.
Yeah.
Belinda's son. Oh my God. Not him,
I miss Tanya.
but her lusting after. Here's what I'll say.
Greg/Gary.
No.
I'm on to you. Greg/Gary.
I hate that the theme music is gone. Even though they throw little motifs of it throughout. And I also feel like the first 3 episodes, they're just setting us up for like something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen. But when I think about it, that's how the other episodes were too. The other seasons were too. Jeez. Mm-hmm. It's like every time it's nothing, and then it's like everything.
It's everything. I love the Australian lady. Good for you and good for you.
Fuck Pam.
Fuck Pam.
The way I've been Pam before.
No, I'm so Pam. The way I'm like always Pam.
Okay, I know you're not watching Severance, but for those that are, I need that shit in my veins. That
Ooh.
it is so. It grips Taylor.
Ooh. Do I have to start from season 1?
Yes, but season 1 is also tea. So
Okay.
I know you need Apple TV. You can use mine. I don't
Oh,
care.
all right.
So good. There was this episode recently where you see a younger version of Adam Scott. And for a while, like,
I'm interested.
I was like, I don't get it. Like, how is he pulling all these hot women? And then they showed him younger, and I was like, oh, fuck. Adam Scott train. Ooh, he's like a nerdy professor type.
Yeah.
You finished Love is Blind?
Yes.
Thoughts, feelings?
So this season took place in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So there were a lot of people with very familiar accents to me.
Did you ever dip into it?
A little bit. There was a guy who really talked like this the whole time. Really very bad accent. So
can you imagine that, but like dirty talk? Well, yeah.
I've had actually guys tell me when I have like done that accent like as a joke, been like, that's kind of hot.
Stop.
And I'm like, you are joking.
There's something so sinister about that. I'm sorry.
Cause like, why do you like this? This is like this is like maybe the least sexy accent in like the whole world.
That woman wears an apron, like bakes pies, like will raise a family.
This is like my mom.
Your mom was hot to someone. I'm sure she was hot to a lot of people. So
yeah, back in the day, my mom, I mean, she's what, 5'8", had great hair. She's a nurse. Debbie, got it going on.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That accent screams like security.
Really? Security?
Really?
Oh, geez.
Like
so
you can see a future with that accent.
This girl. So anyway, they were in Minnesota this season. So everybody was kind of like a little bit of a Trump supporter. But I just watched the wedding episode and I thought all the couples were going to get married.
Like the writing was on the wall. Like
truly. I was like, okay, they're all like in a good place. They're all solid.
Did it all go down?
But I forgot that everybody in the Midwest is so conflict avoidant and so nice that nobody really wants to talk about their feelings. And every couple except for one all said no at the altar. That was like the only conflict was them saying no, or did it like blow up in that last episode? No,
I've never seen Love is Blind.
They all just said no at the altar. But usually like if they're going to break up, they like don't even make it there.
Did the other people feel like blindsided by it?
Yeah.
Work.
And there's this one girl,
Who the fuck is getting married on a reality TV show? Be for real.
People do. God, I don't
There's no monetary prize out of it?
No.
And then everyone's in your judge forever? No. I would do it and then break up on last episode too. And then get an influencer contract out of it.
Yeah. There's this one girl who was like...
I'd be the most idyllic partner on the show. Break up last minute and then just be swimming in pussy for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's my truth.
I don't think Love is Blind, though, is as big of a sensation as it used to be honest.
Okay.
You got to really make a splash. Yeah.
I finished Traders yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Standouts of the season. I know you didn't finish, but you know.
Gabby.
What was her last name?
Wendy. I've loved her since the Bachelorette days.
You know who won, right? Okay. So she used her winnings to marry her girlfriend.
When I saw that they had gotten married, and did you see like their like pictures and videos and Cosmos
I saw the
spread?
video of them like kissing on like in the courthouse or in the wedding chapel or whatever. I didn't see any pictures.
You have to listen to her podcast.
I get clips of it and I follow her on Instagram because she's so smart and so funny.
She does like one woman podcasts a lot.
Which power to the people that can do
crazy.
that. I can't even talk to you and like be coherent for an hour, let alone myself.
She talks a lot about like depression.
Yes.
Misandry.
She doesn't
depression.
like men. Yes. But the way she strings
drugs,
sentences together.
SSRIs. Yeah, she's amazing.
Let's talk about Miss Dylan Efron.
Misguided.
Why the fuck was his shirt off halfway through the show? Every time I saw him on screen, I was like, get this off my screen.
Why?
Yes, it's pretty. Yes, I like it. But also, I don't want to see it anymore.
Why not?
I don't want to see it anymore.
Wasn't he like a little bit good at the game though?
He was good at sucking up to all the men. He could not get enough, like, he loved following the men around.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have suspicions about certain women on the show almost for no reason. Like, I don't know that he'd be the type of guy that I'd be friendly towards, but I would also like make fun of him to his face. That kind of straight man.
Yeah. Yeah. But he would eat it up.
Like we'd be friends because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me would never like, I don't know. He's not a Max kind of straight guy. He's kind of like a, yeah. You can picture who I'm talking about.
Wait, no.
Oh, that was the third thing I was supposed to tell you. Oh my God. Okay,
What?
later. Brunch talks. They ran
Brunch
over.
talk.
He's just the kind of straight guy that's like kind of stupid and straight. Like Gabby saw straight through him.
Yeah.
I think if I was on the show, I would be best friends. If she could look past the fact that I like am a man, I would like queen out with her. And
Yeah.
I do think we
I think
would
Gabby
go
would
far.
like you.
The other two, so forgettable.
Dolores,
and
don't know how she made it
Ivor.
that far. Ivor.
She served looks, and I'm glad she was there. But like,
Yeah.
girl, at the very last episode, she's like, I think this time I finally have to vote with my brain and not just my heart. I'm like, girl, so you just admitted that you've been making stupid decisions
The whole time.
The one thing I'll say about Traders is, it's hard for me to get into reality TV because so much of it is just drawn out drama.
Yes.
Which I think is the point of reality TV.
Yes.
I like it when people are real, and I like it when people are when the conflict isn't just for the sake of being on TV.
Right.
Like if someone does something wrong and they get called out for it in a very mature way, eat that shit up.
Mature.
Mature, like, hey, you hurt me in this way, and I really, really would like it if we address it.
Why do you want to see that?
Why don't you?
You don't want to see people
No.
getting in messy conflicts?
I don't like that. It makes me itchy.
Okay.
What I don't like about this show was that, like, almost systematically, anyone that looked different or was different in any way got voted off.
Right.
And it's such a microcosm of the society.
Right. Right.
The amount of women they voted off because they were too loud or too outspoken or too black. Like Bob the drag queen was too loud, too outspoken, got voted off. Danielle did too much, got voted off. Carolyn was too different, got voted off. And all the little white boys banded together. Those are my thoughts.
Period. I didn't actually watch. It got away from me, and I didn't keep up.
That's fair.
So,
I feel like after your people get off, you can just see the outcome and be fine.
yeah.
I think
But I
I'm
love Miss
glad
Gabby.
that when Bob the drag queen got off, that Gabby stayed till the end. Gabby she was the best gift from that show.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing Dylan. We went to the same school.
That's crazy.
That's my one claim to fame. We didn't know each other.
You should
though.
DM him and be like, hey, girl.
He's never going to know who I am. I don't even know if we were the same year. We were just there at the same time. I should look it up.
Is he also tall? He looks tall.
I think he's like 6'1".
Oh, not as tall as you.
No. If we were there at the same time, he would have known. This is so annoying that I'm about to say this. He would have known who I was because I was an orientation leader. But I'll look it up and see when he went to school.
Would you have known who he was?
Probably not. I didn't know that Anne Efron went to this school until I was like a junior or senior. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I wasn't as much like with a microphone in my hand. Also, at that point, Zac Efron, I want to say, like he had done High School Musical, obviously, but he wasn't adult Zac Efron yet.
Got it. Thinking about you as an orientation leader.
Is it that hard to believe?
So funny.
Is it that hard to believe?
I can't imagine you being that peppy.
I don't know that I was peppy as much as I was. I don't know. I'd have to ask my friends how they perceived me, but I definitely had a stage presence that I could tap into. I don't know if peppy is the word I would use.
Okay.
I was still like very creative and like
You're a performer.
I had a very expansive collection of weird socks back then.
That tells me everything I need to know.
I used to rollerblade to school.
So yeah,
Big afro.
This is filling in some of the blanks for me.
God, college was a wild time, man. I wrote an Oscars recap. Honestly,
I didn't really watch many of the Oscars movies.
Cynthia and Ariana opened it up with their own like Wizard of Oz related music, and then they sang Defying Gravity almost as perfect as it was in the movie. Mm-hmm. They both looked amazing. I would die for them. They were so cool to see. Lisa, who plays Mook, and Ray, who I love, and Doja Cat did a tribute to James Bond. Doja Cat was flat as all get out. Ooh. Which she addressed afterwards. She's like, look, the nerves got to me and a bitch was flat. I'm sorry. Which I'm like, okay. At least you addressed it.
Yeah.
What's his name? Adrian Brody, the guy who won Best Actor. I can't stand. There's a lot of discourse around him and Kieran Culkin.
Yes.
Kieran?
Yes.
And how they both, in a way, like forced their wives and girlfriend into like a form of like humiliation ritual. Just like how they like very openly don't respect the women in their lives. And how the guy was like, I've been around the block. I've done this before. I need a little bit more time. I promise I'm wrapping up. And then proceeded to say nothing. And was like, get off the screen. And also the movie that he won for, The Brutalist, is like so historically inaccurate.
Really? I didn't see it.
Because in the movie, he's supposed to be this like escaped from concentration camps Jewish man that came to America and became a well-known architect. Mm-hmm. Didn't happen. At least not a man. Okay. Didn't happen. So like read a book.
It's almost like you could have used that platform to say something meaningful.
No, they wanted to. He spit his gum out and threw it at his girlfriend to catch on national television.
Swallow it.
How about you say, keep it in your mouth? It wouldn't have bothered me if you were chewing gum up there. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But no, you
also, why were you chewing gum? Like before you know that maybe
to get the drug flavor out of his mouth.
Yeah. And Kieran Culkin being like, "No, I'm gonna get you pregnant."
No, actually, I want 2 babies, and you said so you have to do it. Fucking weird. You maybe have that conversation in private. It's humiliating. It's the Kanye and his girlfriend naked on the red carpet.
God, yeah.
That was my takeaway from the Oscars. I thought that as far as award shows go, they follow such a specific formula, and I never feel good after watching them.
Yeah, I never usually like watch award shows.
I start to think like, I understand that you want to celebrate the industry and the work that has been done. Does it need to be this big televised event? Can't you guys have like your little gala and we don't get to see the inside of the Met Gala?
That's true. Yeah, I just want to see the fashion basically.
It's weird.
That's all I care about.
I want to wrap up soon. I did watch Mickey 17.
What did you think? It just
came out. That movie was like refreshingly good.
Oh my God, yay. I want to see it.
I don't know if you know the general plot, but he's an expendable, meaning he basically gives his body to science, and when he dies, he gets reprinted out every day. Oh. And his memories are transferred over to the new body.
Cute.
Which opens up this big like question of what happens if there are multiples of him on accident. Oh. And so the movie kind of like descends into that, but Robert Pattinson plays this almost like squeamish, like baby girl-esque character. And he's so like sweet in the movie, but he also, I don't know, I haven't seen him outside of like the Batman or
Twilight.
playing, Twilight, where he's supposed to be this like heartthrobby, like
brooding.
right. And in this movie, he's like a little bitch, a little bit.
Yeah, he's
and
funny.
It was really endearing.
Aww.
And so I jumped on board with with Robert Pattinson. I'm there with you.
Welcome.
He did such a good job because he had to play multiple times in multiple scenes. He had to play 2 different characters that were him.
That's crazy. Like Lindsay Lohan in The Parent Trap.
Exactly like Lindsay. Like, yeah, the blueprint.
Lilo did it when she was like 10.
Did you ever watch Whatever Happened to Monday?
No.
It was a Netflix movie, but what's her name? Did you watch Sherlock Holmes? The you don't look like okay.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
There's a character in that. It doesn't matter. This actress, she played a character in Whatever Happened to Monday, where it was illegal to have more than one kid.
Ooh.
And she was actually like a septuplet. There were 7 of them.
Whoa.
And the way they were allowed to like not be exterminated was they lived in hiding. And each one of them was named a day of the week. And they only left the house on their designated day of the week. Mm-hmm. And they all pretended to be the same woman. Mm-hmm. And this lady played all of them.
Wow.
And they all had distinct personalities and all had different motivations.
Kind of like similar.
It was such a cool exercise in acting that, I mean, the way to pull that off in a movie aside, like editing wise, because you really couldn't tell, but like acting wise, it was so impressive. And so I'm always like really impressed when someone can do that. That movie Us with Lupita Nyong'o, she did it so well, won awards for it, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the movie was good. All of the plot points are wrapped up by the end, which is so refreshing nowadays. To have a movie that's written well, I'm like,
what?
God. Oh, something to tickle my pickle too on the way into the city. Do you know what I mean? Woo! So I recommend the movie. Go watch it. Yay. And you love Robert Pattinson.
I certainly do.
Did you watch Blink Twice?
No.
Girl.
When do I have time to go see a fucking movie?
The main act. Well, Blink Twice is on Prime or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
It's with.
Is this scary?
It's a thriller. I don't do horror, and I was able to do both of these.
Okay.
But the main actress from Blink Twice, which is a good movie, you should watch it, was the like love interest in this movie. Great.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo's fucking insane.
Mark Ruffalo.
He has these like dentures in. He's meant to be like an Elon Musk Trump kind of character.
Oh my God.
Fucking insane. I'm obsessed with his trajectory of playing these like really weird, off-kilter, like unlikable men.
Yeah, I loved him in Poor Things.
He's very similar to that character.
Uh-huh.
Obsessed with him. So good. That's that.
That's that.
Anything else you want to talk about today?
No.
I had like meat and potatoes, but
this is a shockingly positive episode for us.
Considering how I've been feeling.
All things considering.
All things considered, I think we did a good job. So you guys are very welcome.
You're so
it's
welcome,
the couch
you
and the
guys.
fireplace.
Yeah, good vibes.
I'm caffeinated. Look, I took my pills for the day.
Thanks, Wellbutrin.
Okay. Well, if you like this episode, yay!
Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Leave us a 5-star rating and review. You can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all at NoFucksPod. We have a website and an email address. It's nofuckspod.com or nofuckspod@gmail.com. Send us an email with any topic suggestions, anything you like, burning questions you have for us, or anything you want us to talk about. If you think it is cheating to like form a sexual relationship with ChatGPT, let us know. I would really like to get to the bottom of this ethical question.
Yeah.
That's NOFUQSPOD.
Period.
NOFUQSPOD on all platforms that I just listed.
We'll see you there.
We will see you there. Definitely send it to a friend. And while our schedule is a little sporadic,
We'll see.
while
when,
Taylor finishes school.
We're trying to do it every other week. We're trying, but we may not.
Typically,
do
it's
that.
every other Tuesday, but give us a little grace.
Yeah, we're trying.
And if you are really missing us, we have a full backlog, 3 years worth of content. You can go back and start from the beginning. Shit, I don't care. Go for it.
But I'm being that the lady from White Lotus when people are when she was like, "Are we really going to talk about Trump tonight? Are we really going to talk about how we don't post on a regular schedule today?"
Look, we're doing our best and we're having fun. And until such a time where we get paid for this has to come to second place to getting a degree and providing for a family and,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we said everything we needed to say, certainly. And on that note, I don't think I have any more follow-up questions.
Oh, really? I don't think I have any follow-up questions either. Bye.